Hmm. Are you wondering what the best toothbrush is for your dental health? Well, really, when it comes to the best toothbrush, there are a few things that you really have to consider. First, you want to look for a toothbrush that has soft bristles because these are actually going to be a whole lot more gentler on your gum tissue. Now, if you use hard bristles, they can actually really damage your gums and also kind of wear on the enamel that you have on your teeth there. So you really want to make sure that you stay away from that and kind of go with a soft bristle brush. Now, often we'll see patients with toothbrush abrasion. Pretty much what this means is your gum tissue will start to kind of run away from the necks of your teeth, and you can have sensitivity, and they kind of run hand in hand. Next, you also want to kind of, when you're trying to select or choose a toothbrush, you also want to consider like the shape of the toothbrush, the size of the toothbrush head. A smaller head will be easier to maneuver and reach around in all of the areas of your mouth, including your back teeth. What we typically see with the back teeth is sometimes they can be left out. And so that's pretty much where you'll have a lot of your cavities. So it's where you normally see a lot of cavities in between your teeth. And we call this like class 2 cavities. And that pretty much means, class 2 pretty much means that it incorporates 2 surfaces on your teeth there. So, having a smaller toothbrush head can definitely help to clean in between those teeth there. Now, you also hear people not wanting to do anything, because you're trying to figure out whether you should use like an electric toothbrush or you should use like a regular toothbrush. A lot of times, people choose to go with electric, which is a great option because they can provide a more thorough clean compared to like a manual toothbrush. But you also kind of think too that the manual toothbrush is actually a little bit more like cost effective. So when you're using, the manual toothbrush, it's cost effective, but again, the electric toothbrush, sometimes you can get a better clean. And so you also kind of want to think about like if you're using like an electric toothbrush and you have like dexterity or you have hand issues, arthritis, or have difficulty with gripping, also the electric toothbrush is a really good option too as well. So you just got to kind of really think about, that part. Really, I say the ultimate toothbrush to use, or the best one to use, is the one that you can use most consistently and effectively. Because if you don't brush or floss, whether it be a manual or an electric, you really can start to see that dental decay. You can start to see problems, sensitivity, cavities, all these things you'll start to see. And so you have to really kind of be mindful about, which one is the best one for you. Because you can have a toothbrush with all the bells and whistles, but if you choose not to use it, then it really doesn't matter. It's useless anyway. So you see, sometimes, people kind of forget also too. So like if you choose to use the electric toothbrush, you also kind of be mindful too that you need to be replacing that toothbrush head every 2 to 3 months, or sooner if you really have like worn bristles. So you kind of want to be mindful of that too. A lot of times people kind of forget that. I've seen people using toothbrush head for like 6 months, a year, whatever like that. So you just really want to change it out because you're really introducing that bacteria back into your mouth when you got a nasty toothbrush head. You also want to keep the toothbrush. A lot of times people don't really think about this, but you also want to keep that toothbrush as far away from the toilet stool as possible. Because, obviously when you flush the toilet stool, a lot of times, that water will kind of splash up in the atmosphere and in the air, and it can also start to affect those particles and start to land on that toothbrush, which is kind of nasty. So you kind of be mindful of that too as well. You should also try to stay away from toothbrush covers because they can really lock in that moisture and kind of be a breeding ground for bacteria. So just kind of be mindful of that too. Now, a special mention of toothbrushes, like there's one toothbrush that looks like a little mouth guard. I haven't really used it or anything like that, nor have I seen a whole lot of reviews. So I'm not really too pressed about it, but just kind of